And we've got one great show ahead of you.
I love it when I can stump the chooch.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one, Frank.
And welcome to another exciting edition of the Great Lakes Smoke Show. Take it away, Ron.
Good evening, aficionados. And
Welcome.
Great Lake Podcast Show. Thank you very much for joining us
the
again.
Great Lake? We're just one lake now?
Well, you didn't hear the accent?
We've consolidated to one lake.
One lake.
Great Lake.
We can't afford the many lakes. It's just a one lake budget right now.
All right, you guys while I start my cigar. Unbelievable. Right from the get-go.
Yeah, Ronnie is
Folks,
right off the bat.
This has to be, I guess this is going to be the future here. I say a word, these guys say 10,000 words.
That's right.
It is. Just
It's a better dynamic that way. I mean, you don't have to talk as much.
Wow. Okay, I'll keep that. I'll remember that. But anyway, folks, welcome aboard. Thank you very much. We got an exciting guest here tonight. We're going to change it up a little bit. So definitely very, very excited to have our special guest. But before we get there, I want to introduce to all the newbies, and we have a lot of newbies, who we are, what's going on, and one missing brother. Yes, for tonight only, thank God. Well, I'm Ronnie Pecorini. This is Kyle Jesso.
Good evening, everyone.
And the man with the hat up there in Florida is the one, the only, the chooch, Cousin Frank.
Hello.
Oh, Cousin Frank.
A Frank cousin Frank?
Yeah, it's a Cousin Frank.
It's a Cousin Frank. The many cousins.
Because some people do have a Cousin Frank, but I do.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I just found out that retired Bob, my actual real brother, is not feeling well tonight, so he will not be joining us, unfortunately.
Yeah, we hope you feel better, Bob.
So we're going to have our special guest really kick it up a notch and take over for retired Bob and see what he can do with it. So, as usual, I like to tell everybody, get yourself a pen and paper to write down some interesting dates and information, especially information from our new guest tonight. And listen carefully. I know you're going to be drinking a lot like us, remember. There's a lot of Ronnie-isms, Frank-isms, Kyle-isms. So every time we have an ism, enjoy, toast to your home, and keep it smoking. But we have to do some business. We always got to do some business. As Cousin Frank is pouring, he's got to get to the keyboard and present.
Ron, I actually can do I can multitask. So I can actually drink and press a button at the same time.
Without Bob there, he's got the computer closer to him. So
I got it closer. I'm feeling Michael's energy already. I'm ready to be schooled upon getting some knowledge, very worthwhile knowledge, because I don't have any style. I need some style, Michael. So it'll be worth it for sure. So I guess we should go to sponsors
and discuss our beautiful GQ look.
Tonight. We do all are looking good.
Yes. Take it away, Frank.
Cigar Prop started off as one item, a simple cigar rest born out of necessity. Over the years, Cigar Prop has morphed into something greater. Cigar Prop is now a brand, a journey, a way of life. It has become known as Prop Style. That simple cigar rest has turned into a whole line of cigar accessories, apparel, and even a weekly live show called the I Tap That Cigar Show. So remember, Make sure you give your cigars the props they deserve, but more importantly, remember to live prop style.
Johnny D. Teas out of Lakeville, Illinois are a veteran-owned company that take great pride in their work. Their goal is not to fulfill one order, but to earn all future orders by offering the best products at unbeatable prices. Ask any of their repeat customers and they'll tell you their quality is always the highest and their prices are always the lowest. Shop any Veterans Collection and 25% of the proceeds will be donated back to the veterans of foreign wars or the American Legion.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Specializing in tobacco pipe refurbishment and sales, Briar 911 buys and sells all kinds of pipes from a single pipe to entire collections. Our services include stem repair, replacement, deoxidation, and sanitization, reaming, cleaning, and bowl sanitizing, shank crack repair, buffing, and waxing. We make sure that each pipe is ready to smoke once it leaves our shop. For more info, contact us via Facebook at Briar 911.
And we're back. Absolutely. Well, folks, we couldn't wait to get this show started. You are going to basically hear from the GQ Fedora Hat Man himself, the one, the only, Michael Brown. Hello, Michael.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you. So, as you can see, we are in your honor wearing our fedoras in all different types of shapes and sizes.
Great.
And it's not bad. I like your hat too. You man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the back wall. I can just imagine what that room looks like. I'd be jealous, that's for sure. Tell the folks, how did the passion and the love of the fedora and the cigar come together? Where did all this start, Michael?
Well, for me, it all started in my hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana, back in the early 2000s. Around 2005, I worked for a tobacco shop in Indianapolis. So that for me was my introduction to cigars and got me started smoking cigars. And so the passion for me really didn't start though until I moved to Miami in 2015. There wasn't much of a cigar culture in Indianapolis at the time, so I really didn't get to explore cigars like I wanted to until I got to Miami. So perfect thing for me. I moved to Miami in 2015 and got into cigars a lot more, of course, a larger culture and more accepted culture of cigars in Miami. And so for me, that was perfect opportunity for me to really start getting into cigars and letting that flourish. And so along with that, getting into cigars more and more once I got to Miami, I was fortunate to come across a hat shop on Lincoln Road, which was the Goorin Bros hat shop. And for me at the time, really being early on in my hat journey, when I first moved here, I was only wearing flat caps at the time. But after finding the hat shop, I started realizing more and more that down here in South Florida, the culture was more fedoras.
Uh-huh.
And so that's initially what got me into wearing fedoras. So it wasn't long after I started becoming a customer at the hat shop that I started working at the hat shop and started working for Goorin Bros hats.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Quite interesting and really falling at the right place at the right time and having the right vision. That is exciting.
Yes, it just, everything kind of came together for me by moving to Miami. So many opportunities opened up for me and like I said, things just kind of fell in place with cigars, with hats. Working at the hat shop, of course, gave me an opportunity to really see the hat industry from the inside out. Not, like I said, not just from the outside in, being a customer, but also being on the inside. And now having the opportunity to put other people in hats. And so for me, that became a passion, working in the hat shop, putting people in hats, people who wouldn't normally wear hats or are new to wearing hats, is where the passion grew to become the hat ambassador and a representative for the hat culture.
Wow, that is pretty cool. It's just like what you do with hats is what a tobacconist at a lounge does by showing, people or getting them to understand their palates and setting them up. You're setting them up with what they like, their colors, their style. There's so many different hats of all kinds. And
speaking of different styles, a question from the audience. She wants to know, what's a flat cap?
So a flat cap is the general term for the styling of hats. Usually a flat cap would be referenced as an ivy cap or a newsboy cap. And so there's different types of flat caps that fall under that style. So you may have a 6-panel ivy cap or an 8-panel newsboy, and different. Normally you would recognize them as like a golf hat, or if you remember back years ago, Samuel Jackson kind of brought flat caps back and was wearing a lot of Kangos. And so that style of hat is what I was wearing before I started wearing fedoras.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think there he is. So it looks like they were interrupted. It must have been Ronnie's wife, I think, was yelling at him.
Yeah, question from the live audience. She's like,
she said, she goes, I can't see you guys. Are you live? I can't get on Facebook. No, that's your problem.
See, you never know what's going to happen around here. I mean,
it's unpredictable.
Yeah, people just stop by and come in. Hey, how you doing?
It's an open house. They come in the studio, they come, they grab a cigar. They got 10 of them. I don't know about it, and they're gone. Look at
Dave, he's got a couple Gordon hats.
Yeah, Dave, one of our regular customers, wanted to make known that he definitely has a few of your hats, and
nice.
That's a very nice gig for sure. Now, the hats, are they an online hat or one store? Tell a little bit about the store and, how many places, where they're located. How can people get a hat?
Yeah, sure. So Goorin Bros is one of the oldest hat companies in the U.S. Company's been around since 1895. It's a 4th generation family-owned company, still in the Goorin family. I happen to work at the shop in Miami Beach on Lincoln Road. But there's about a total of 16 shops throughout the U.S.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So that is quite old. I mean, we're looking at basically a 130-year-old company, and not many of those around. Is
there a Goorin shop in the Chicago area? Do you know?
There was a Goorin shop in the Chicago area. Unfortunately, that shop is now closed.
Okay.
But there was. Our home office is in San Francisco.
Okay.
The company originally was from Pittsburgh, moved to San Fran, I think, back in the 40s. And so, one thing about working for a hat company like that is that, being around so long, Goorin stays on trend with a lot of their styles and a lot of their hats. So it's great to be able to, work for someone that is always upping the game in terms of hat styles and what's on trend for the hat culture. So fortunately for me, working for them, I have access to a plethora of styles of hats, and has helped me grow in my hat journey. Like I said, initially I was only wearing flat caps, started working for Goorin and started getting into fedoras. From there, started getting into flaring out my hats, which is a term we use when you add accessories like pins or feathers to the hats to kind of personalize it and make it your own, which, like I said, wearing hats for me, and I think for a lot of people, is a journey that, you kind of get in wherever you're comfortable in hats, and then you start growing, with more and more hats that you get and more different styles that you come in contact with and that you're aware of, and you start wearing different styles and start broadening, your hat game. And so that's kind of what happened for me. I started flaring out my hats with pins and feathers, and also helping customers to realize that they can do that as well, and how they can add some flair to their hats and personalize it for themselves to kind of, in a way, make it a one-of-a-kind for them, to give them some special meaning, whether it be some type of trinket, some type of memento, or something that you can add to a hat that has a special meaning, has some type of, special to you in some type of way that you like to represent on your hats. And that was what kind of led me to my business of hats and cigars.
Right, which is very cool. I mean, that I thought was pretty amazing. I love the different pins that you've come up with.
Yeah.
So tell us about how that kind of happened, how that morphed for you.
It kind of happened by accident in a way. I had a customer in the shop, a brother of the leaf that I've now become friends with, who is Preston Gray, who owns Tailored Smoke Cigars in Charlotte, North Carolina. He happened to be in the shop and asked if we made any cigar hat pins. And at the time I explained to him, no, we didn't have anything like that. Well, a few months after that, at the Miami Megahertz cigar event, I ran into him again, and he asked me if at that time we had gotten any cigar hat pins in. And I explained to him, no, that's just not something that we carry. So that's kind of the aha moment for me. And when the light bulb went off that, hey, this is something, that I could bring to the hat culture and to the cigar culture.
Yeah.
Something that wasn't previously on the market. And for me, I felt like it was a way to give something to the cigar culture, a way for cigar aficionados and people who enjoy cigars to represent that on their hats.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of where that all started for me. I mean, I initially was going to cigar events, which until I got to Miami, I had never been to a cigar event before. So that gave me the opportunity to actually get out amongst other like-minded cigar people like myself. And I started realizing the correlation between people who smoke cigars and they wear hats as well. And so I felt like the cigar hat pins and other cigar-centric hat pins would be the perfect business for me, already being in the hat business myself.
I kind of look at what you're doing with hats, and I try to put two and two together. And for me, I'm looking at your hat and listening to all this, and I'm looking at a cigar, and I'm thinking, the cigar has a label, and it's all personalized and stuff, and individual. And I'm looking at your hat as the cigar label of your head to say,
right, yeah.
The style, the colors, and how you personalized it. I mean, looking in the back, I can see so many different colors and what you're wearing also. I mean, great, Frank. I'm glad you put that on there. Nice. I mean, just all the little items that you can put on there, and it becomes a conversation piece.
Yeah.
When people are into that, they're staring at you and they're looking at it. It's real interesting. And like Kathy here that we have on the line, the modern version of the turn of the century ladies hat pins.
Yes.
And exactly what we're talking about. Hey, Chris, how you doing? You really got it. You found a niche that really people can make it personal. It's not just the fedora. It's not just a hat.
No.
It's like, a biker's vest. A biker wears a vest, and he has his pins on it. He's got his patches on it. Right. It becomes personal to him.
Yeah.
and it's exactly the way I'm seeing you at the hat right now. It's well, there you go, Dave. You used the pin as a cigar holder.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. But I mean, again, it's all there. It's a great vision. And how's it going, man? I mean, really, you hit a certain niche. Nobody else that I've seen is into the fedora and the hat and made it come together.
Yes, it's going great. I mean, we're in our third year now, and so the first couple of years, I was strictly focused on coming out with a collection of pins. And so the first couple of years, that was my focus. I came out with a total of 17 pins over that period of time. Currently, there are 14 that are in stock on the website, and that's hatsandcigars.com.
Okay.
But this year, 2020 and 2021, I kind of switched up that focus and started kind of adding things to the Hats and Cigars collection to kind of fill out the brand, to kind of to move the brand a little bit further. So I came out with my book in 2021 called Hats and Cigars, Flaring and Pairing, and also new to the Hats and Cigars collection is the Hats and Cigars Cigar Rest.
Hey, Mike, can I stop you for a minute? Because you just mentioned something right now that I want all the listeners who are listening tonight. Smoke the Chooch, Stump the Chooch segment. You know, we give away a prize to the winning person. Tonight's prize is going to be Michael's book. So, I mean, look at it right there, folks. Look how thick that is. That is going to be an incredible read. Yeah, lots to enjoy. So stay with us to the end, and you stump cousin Chooch back there. I just have to tell because people. I mean, I'm really excited about that book, and I want the people to stay on board and make sure they get a fair chance to listening to it. So go ahead. I didn't interrupt, but it was.
No worries at all. No worries at all, man. So I mean, I've done things this year, in the past year, to kind of push the brand, do some things that I was passionate about, which mainly was the book. It was just such a great project to work on. And I have to give props to my publisher, Enhanced DNA Publishing, who really made it possible and encouraged me to do the project. And so I'm very happy with it. It's doing great. For me, the book symbolizes everything that kind of I want to share with both the hat and cigar culture. It's a great read in terms of if you're new to the hat game or if you're a seasoned hat wearer. I mean, it's got everything in it, all different types of styles of hats. Tells you the basics of flaring your hats. And I think what I like most about it is the pairing aspect of pairing hats and cigars, as well as in the book, pairings of cigars and spirits as well. So it's got a lot in there, and I think it came out great. It's definitely something I'm very proud of, for sure.
That is really exciting. I mean, I like to get hold of it myself because I find this really interesting how you have put both together, and there's really no ending to it because you can always dress that fedora up so much. Now, is your company that you work for like in with this? I mean, have they gone side to side? They have a problem with, or they letting you run with their name? How's your combination? Your hookup with the fedora company?
No, yeah, everything's good there. I mean, of course, it gives me an opportunity. I mean, pretty much in what I do, I'm kind of out there in front showcasing the brand, as an ambassador, like I said, the hat ambassador. So kind of ambassador in that sense. So, I mean, it's great exposure for them and also giving other people awareness of the brand. A lot of people may not know the brand or be familiar with it or realize that there are shops out there, maybe somewhere that they visit in different cities or even in the city that they live in, that there's a shop. So also, you know, it's bringing more people into the hat culture and also bringing awareness to Goorin Bros as well.
Nice.
Michael, are there, with Goorin, obviously they're not in every city.
Right.
Is there a way for people to order hats online? Or is that something that's really hard to do? Because it's always tough to know what your size is. Every guy has shape, you know, being a nice bald round cue. You know, that's
all.
There we go. We all have something in common. You know, it might not be easy for us to order online. How is that handled?
So Goorin Bros does have a website that you can order through. It's goorin.com. That's GOORIN.com. One thing that's great about what they do, because of course, yes, that is an issue. I think everyone has that issue. I had that issue myself before I ever found Goorin Bros. I was only ordering hats online. I think the thing I hear most about ordering hats online is that it's a hit or miss.
Yeah.
Right.
You never know exactly what you're going to get. If it comes looking like the picture that you saw, if it's the right fit is the main thing I think that people have an issue with when ordering online. So one great thing that Goorin does is that they make hats and different hats off of a certain particular block. So what a block is the block is what shapes the crown of the hat and gives you the shape, whether it be a center dent crown, it might be a teardrop crown, or a different style of crown, a flat crown, or an open crown. So what they do on their website is, if you find a crown or a hat shape that you like, Goorin specifies that block number, and then we'll let you see every hat that's made under that block number.
Okay.
So then once you've been fitted in that hat, then you'll know to each different style that hat will fit the same.
Okay.
And so that helps in the fitting department, but also in terms of between the online and between the shops, customers have the access of people in the shops that can give you advice on how different hats fit. Because the hats are handmade, yes, they can fit differently based on different style. And so we can help customers with that if they call the shops, or also through the website. You can get on with a virtual assistant, someone who will have a virtual session with you and will help you get fitted in the hat as well.
Okay.
Oh, great.
So that kind of cuts down some of that, some of the mishaps you may have by just ordering online and not getting the right fit.
Now, with your company, with your accessories, is it simply accessories that you sell them individually and it goes to them and they can put it on themselves? Or do you, Goorin, help accessorize the hats with your product?
Well, none of my product is carried in any of the Goorin Bros shops. My products are available only online through my website, or if I'm attending an event, usually. So of course, when I'm at an event, I'm kind of hands-on with the people, and it gives me an opportunity to work with them. So yes, I can style a hat for them, help them with the pins, whether it be on the hat or lapel or anything like that. So that does give me an opportunity to get with customers and be able to give them an experience that they don't receive by just ordering from the website.
Okay. So you're talking about doing events. Do you do a lot of cigar lounge events with this? Is that your focus? I mean, how do you pick your events out?
Well, I mean, I've just kind of got started doing that in 2021. My first event that I did was the Queen City Cigar Fest in Charlotte. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more events. I also did a book signing at a lounge in Indianapolis. In June at Sticks Lounge in Indianapolis. So those type of events, whether it be the Cigar Week type events or just a lounge event. So I'm looking to do more of that going into 2022, and definitely have some things in the process that may be coming down the pipe pretty soon that I'm very excited about in terms of doing events. So that's something I'm definitely getting into more going into 2022.
Right. I guess with COVID, that must have kind of halted some of your plans early on to do that.
Correct.
So it had to kind of postpone it for you, as it has for many others.
Right. But yeah, fortunately for me, like I said, during that time was my opportunity to write the book. So I took that downtime during COVID really to put the book together. And so, with kind of not having all the outside stuff, I could just kind of focus on that and everything I wanted to put in the book and make sure that it came out like I wanted it. So I did take that time to work on that. And so I think that also set up starting to get out to these events the latter part of 2021. And like I said, moving forward into 2022.
Oh, it's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now, earlier you had talked about pairing your hats with a smoke, with a drink, a spirit, as we like to call them.
Yeah.
What's your pairing tonight? What I mean, you got the nice hat going. What are you pairing with your hat tonight? What do you have?
I'm going with the Pappy Van Winkle Family Reserve, and we're going with some Remy Martin 1738 cognac tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
That's
that's
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at his style. I mean, that's class right there.
That brings up something else. I mean, there's a quote that I have in the book in the last chapter. I think it kind of sums it up perfectly. It says, "A hat complements a cigar just as much as a cigar complements the person smoking."
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a
Very
power.
cool.
That's a power statement
Wow.
right there.
That's
That
blown.
truly is.
I got chills. I got.
So that's the way I look at it. Between the pairings. I mean, everything for me is a pairing in a way. Like with the name of the business, Hats and Cigars, is the pairing. That's kind of the lifestyle and the pairing that I follow most is Hats and Cigars. And so then adding the spirits with that and bringing it all together is just like it incorporates the entire Hats and Cigars lifestyle.
So, I got a lot of questions, but I tell you what, I'm going to just have you hold because I know everyone else has got questions, and I'm reading stuff right away on our Facebook page. So we're going to get to some of those questions here, but we do have to do a little bit of business. It's that time.
Business.
It's sponsor time. Everybody likes to see their name and what they're paying for, so we can get to places.
Yeah.
So Frank, Michael, hold on a second. Frank, let's take it away and let's do some more sponsorship.
On a small farm nestled along a river in southern Honduras grows an estate-grown tobacco so exceptional. Stop, please. No moss. This is Dan Blunt for Alec Bradley Cigars. Some copywriter handed this to me, expecting me to read it. Good Lord. Do me a favor. Pick up an Alec Bradley cigar. Light it up. Spend an hour with it. You'll be glad you did. We'll talk again real soon.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic. Troianiello Cigars, created by cigar enthusiast Michael Troianiello of Scranton, PA, prides itself in offering top-notch cigars not only to the Pennsylvania market but worldwide. Troianiello Cigars is a proud maker of premium hand-rolled cigars with a wide range of premium cigars, flavored cigars, and accessories. You're sure to find what you're looking for.
And we're back.
Back.
There we go. What about this one, Michael? What do you think? Pretty good?
It looks good, man. Now I notice you guys are wearing trilbies.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I realized very quickly when I got to Miami that's like the Florida hat. You know, down here in Miami, they call it the Cuban style hat.
Yeah,
and so I had to make note that you guys are looking great in your trilbies.
Trilbies. I didn't know that was the name of the style. So
Yeah.
since you've already taught me something.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I learned that name when I was looking for this hat. I came across that because it kept popping up. I was like, oh, that must be the name of the hat.
That's it, the style.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have...
And I blinged mine out with a nice little...
I
It's a
see. Yeah,
Freemason pin there.
Yeah, you see, he's personalizing.
Yes.
You know?
And I have it's hard to see in camera, but it's a little,
Oh, okay.
little flower decal here at the side too.
All right. Now, Frank Sinatra used to wear trilbies and fedoras. So one of the hats he was most known for was a trilby.
Mm-hmm.
So one of our listeners say, nothing like a great dessert wine with a fantastic cigar. So,
yes,
so people are catching on. They're putting your wisdom and words, and I bet they want to read the book. So a lot of people are actually excited about you reading the book.
Scott Seeley says he needs a good hat.
Just hit me up at Goorin Miami Beach.
And he's like a proper cigar salesman hat. Is there such a thing?
I think that's probably, I mean, the classic fedora, you know, a Panama straw fedora.
There we go.
You know, exactly. I mean, that's kind of like the thing you think of most when you think cigars usually goes with the Panama.
Gotcha.
Coincidentally, and talking about the dessert wine with the cigars in the book, I have a chapter called Ports and Panamas where the focus on that chapter is the Panama hat, and then the pairing is with a port wine and a Cuban cigar.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Well, you know, we too also have.
As he's gone, Ronnie had a wardrobe malfunction.
This is kind of our hat that we have, you know, going on. So for now, it's a nice fitted
Bill
hat.
cap.
Right.
So, I mean, this is what we move. Obviously, nowhere in the fedora world, but for $25, maybe, you know, it helps buying and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's what we need to do. So we have one of our listeners, Bruce, says, yeah, the caps, the stickers, and the patches. Now he says, I guess it's time to put a pin in our hat. So you don't know, Bruce. We're coming up with a lot of stuff here, and as sponsor money builds, we can extend and maybe a nice T-shirt. You know, there you go, Bruce. So I
had another question for you, Michael.
Yeah, sure.
So obviously, in the hat world, usually celebrities seem to gravitate towards hats, and they always look and accessorize. Have you been able to, you know, be a part of helping a celebrity pick out a hat or accessorizing their hat with them, like, you know, without getting, you know, depending on, you know, disclosures and stuff? Have you, you know, what's been one of like the most famous people you've been able to help out and stylize?
I was fortunate to actually, I believe it was last year before last, during Art Basel in Miami, which is a big art event, and Ed Reed came into the shop and was getting some hats and saw the pins I was wearing and inquired about the pins and ended up getting some pins from me.
Oh wow,
nice!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's one of the, you know, celebrity encounters I've had in terms of with hats and both with my hat pins. But from time to time, at Goorin, of course, being in Miami Beach, we will get celebrities from time to time that come into the shop. Yeah.
It's awesome.
You know, cool. I'm thinking also, you know, as you know, and as we all know, women are making their name in the cigar industry.
Yes.
What about women in the hat industry? I would imagine that's going to be a very big.
Yeah, it's growing just like women in cigars. I mean, it's amazing how many women come into the shop, and like I said, with Goorin staying on trend, of course, the styles that they come up with. We like to say all of our styles are unisex. Women can wear any hat in the shop. And I mean, it's true. A lot of women now are wearing fedoras and looking for fedoras. And so definitely coming in the shop and you see it on social media, you see it at events. I was at an event not too long ago in Atlanta, and I mean, women are wearing hats just as much as men are now, and flaring them out, wearing them, and just rocking it. Just like with cigars, you're seeing the growth with women in cigars. And so the year before last, I came out with a couple of pins to kind of represent that, the brother of the leaf pin and also the sister of the leaf pin.
Nice. That's
which,
awesome.
Are both two of my biggest sellers. And so definitely it gives women a way to represent their love for the leaf on their hats and style their hats with the pin.
Oh, and let's be honest, sometimes the women, they look better in the hats than the men.
Oh yeah, they kill them.
Well, they got to accessorize their hats, their pocketbooks, their shoes, their dresses, their everything. You know, they're always accessorizing. You know,
that's what a man is to a woman. It's just an accessory. You know, they look better.
You're right. You know, we're not custom jewelry. You know, we have feelings.
It's the whole look. You know, and women are embracing it. So it's great to see. I mean, that was one of the things that kind of drove me and my passion with hats when I got into the business was, you know, kind of wanting to spread the word and get that out there about hats and see the growth of hats. You know, it's kind of funny that, you know, hats had their time in popularity where they were worn primarily for function, and then kind of died out for a while. But
they were really big up to the 50s, even in ball games. Going shopping. I mean, the fedora was a big to-do up to maybe the early 60s, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, the flower child came in, and we kind of lost it all.
You know, and it used to be the big accessory going into work. I mean, you put on your suit and tie, you had your you know, overcoat on, and you put your hat on with your briefcase, and you went to the office, and that's that was how it was.
And that's what I remember early on about my dad wearing hats, was that exact same thing, is that every morning he would get up, go to work, and he would walk out with a fedora overcoat and his briefcase, just like you said. And that was kind of my introduction to hats at a young age. But I didn't really realize it until I matured and started working at the hat shop, that all of that kind of came back to me, and I started remembering those early years about my dad wearing a hat. And so it kind of I realized that it must have been meant to be for me to wear hats, because my dad wore hats. I saw him wear hats. And so I felt like it was just a natural thing for me to start wearing hats.
Oh, yeah. But I like to also say it's about having some class and respect for yourself. You know, indeed, yes. And you know, it's just a good mannerism of dressing. You know, I mean, it's just a whole part of, like you said, your overcoat or your suit that you're wearing. My dad did not leave a house without a fedora. That was, you know, matter, like I said, he used to go to the supermarket, to the drugstore. Whatever, you know, to the gas station. He put a hat on, you know. I remember I went to the Yankee games with him.
Yes.
Wore a hat.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just his style. I mean, I got pictures going back to 1939 with him with a hat, you know.
Yes.
And it's just a great sign that people are bringing it back. And you're a big part of it. I'm really hoping we can really get people to get into your way of thinking and the way of the dressing, because you know you're wearing a jacket, you know, but you don't have the tie. But again, you have the color coordination and the hat, so you don't have to wear the tie, but the hat puts you in another style type thing.
Oh,
And
of course.
it's absolutely, I love it. I love it. You know, even Dave says my grandfather wore a fedora every day. People, the old timers are listening to us. They can relate.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It was Frank. Your father wore the hat too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just something that was done. You know, and
speak about it in the book also, because usually, for the most part, that's where it comes from for people, is that they can always remember their grandfather or their father or their uncle wearing a hat. Even whether it be the women, you know, the same thing. Will remember their grandfather or father wearing a hat, and that's where they got it from. That's it. You know, it's that thing that you remember. You have those memories that stick with you and kind of guide you into going that way and wearing hats as well. So,
and they're fond memories. They really are. And a lot of people like to emulate their family and their, you know, father, grandfather, even though, you know, your mother and your grandmother, they had those stylish hats.
Yeah.
Now than ever. And especially you're seeing women with cigars, they're wearing hats. Mm-hmm. They're going to the lounges. They're going to events. They're wearing their hat, you know, whatever it is. And it's just nice. It goes together.
It does.
With your pins and style, are you able to, or hooked up with a cigar line that will allow you to use their logo, their name, or have you reached that plateau?
I haven't pursued anything like that as of yet. But, you know, I mean, that's something that's definitely possible down the road, of course.
Yeah. I'll take 10% of the royalty.
I'm definitely open to that. You know, and who knows, you know, what's in store for my brand, Hats and Cigars as well. We may be doing something along those lines, or releasing our own cigar. So,
okay.
Wow.
We'll see how that goes.
That is quite interesting. Yeah. Well, I'd love to know who you might hook up with. There's some really master blenders out there that are really great and have a lot going for them.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking, you know, to explore those possibilities and further the brand. I mean, of course, like I said, for me, the brand is still a very young and new brand. And so, you know, I'm looking forward to continuing to grow the brand and see what other opportunities may fall my way. But definitely blessed to get to this point with the business and with the hat pins and with the hats and getting some exposure. I appreciate all the love and support, and you know, just looking forward to what's in store down the road.
Now, would you take like the season? So, like, if it's fall, summer, spring, winter, would you switch up your hat styles to correlate with what the seasons are going on too? Would you wear a certain type of hat in different types of season?
Most definitely, yeah. I mean, living in Miami, though, I don't have much season, so
you get summer and summer.
I'm kind of blessed. I'm blessed to be able to wear straw hats year round.
Uh-huh.
However, there are times living in Miami that I can pull out some of my wool hats. I do have several wool hats. Of course, I'll travel and go places that I may need to wear a wool hat. So definitely, depending on the season, depending on where I'm at, yes, I'll change up hats. And also, you know, in talking to people and helping people pick out hats in the hat shop, the same kind of way. You know, of course, we get a lot of tourists and travelers that come to Miami from cold weather places.
Okay.
So, of course, they may be interested in getting a wool hat. But also, while they're down here or on vacation or going to the islands, they may want a straw hat as well. So definitely, I mean, you want to pick the right hat for the right season or for the right weather. And, you know, there's a plethora of different type of straw hats, of course, for spring and summer, and different levels of wool hats as well, whether it be your regular felted wool, whether it be merino wool, or also different type of fur felts, whether it be, I know Goorin produces a lot of rabbit fur, but there's other places that will produce beaver fur felts as well, and those are popular as well. So
that's interesting that you said that there's like two different types of like the wool hat, like the felted and what was the other one? It was the
merino wool.
Merino. How do you tell the differences between those two different wools? Like, I'm ignorant to the types of those wools, so it's interesting that there's two difference out there.
Yeah, I mean, with one thing I learned from working at Goorin is the level of quality in hats. Something I really didn't know until working there and being able to see the differences between. For the common eye, you really won't notice.
Okay.
But for me, I can tell by feeling the wool or touching the hat and being able to tell. A merino wool is a lot finer and a lot smoother, kind of like a suede, almost in a way. And then, of course, when you get to like either rabbit or beaver, fur felt will be a little thicker, and you can tell the furness to it. So, and then you'll have the different weighted, like I said, regular type of wool felted hats.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Which is your most common wool that you're going to come across?
Yeah, that's awesome. And I imagine, so like I would imagine felted wool would probably be on the lower end of the money pocketbook, and then as you go up into the furs, it's going to get exponentially more expensive.
Definitely, without a doubt. Yeah. So that's kind of the level to the different quality and also the price points. Same way with straw hats as well. Specifically Panama straws.
Okay.
Panamas are all graded in terms of quality. So you may hear they're graded number wise. So you may see, like, for example, grade 5 Panama will be on the low end. You start getting up into grade 25, 30, 35, or more into what's called a Monte Cristi or a Fino or a Super Fino. Which can range well up into the thousands in price, but the quality is just so superior to anything you would normally come across.
Oh, and so now you said the high end is $1,000. So on average, what would be like the MSRPs on some of your hats? Like what would the average person expect to pay coming into one of your shops for one of the hats?
Sure. Goorin's hats usually will average 200.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Most will be priced between 160 to 180. For example, once you start getting into the merinos and the rabbit fur, will get anywhere from 250 to 350.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a fair shot.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
and quality and all.
And a good quality hat. I mean, it'll last you a lifetime.
Yeah.
It should.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get a good case for it, good box.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
that's one thing I think would probably get asked the most is how to care for a hat.
right.
And so, yeah, of course, a box is going to be perfect for that. Keep the dust off of it and keep it well kept, as well as just general maintenance and general care in terms of cleaning it and keeping it clean throughout the life of the hat will prolong the life of the hat for sure.
Excellent.
And so, I mean, you're leading right into it. So how would one clean, like, say you accidentally got a spot on your hat and now you're like, oh, now what do I do? How would you go about, making sure your hat gets clean and is long lasting for you?
Sure. One great product that Goorin has available in their shops is a hat kit. In that kit comes a brush, a cleaning sponge, and also a hat cleaner.
Okay.
But just for your normal, at home type remedies, you can use a light spot cleaner or a Mr. Magic eraser.
Oh yeah.
To get some of those spots or to clean the sweatband or anything like that.
Oh,
so just a light cleaner, some light soap and water, wool light or something like that on a hat should do just fine.
So don't put it in the machine to wash it.
Definitely do not do that. Do not do that. I've had that issue before to where I've done that, And afterwards, you pretty much just have to throw that hat out.
Well, that's pretty cool. Tell again the people, the audience. I want to keep having them make sure they write it down and remember. Go to your website. How do you get your hats and your accessories? Oh, we got him on freeze.
Yeah,
folks.
he froze up.
Well,
see, you stumped him.
I stumped him? Oh, there you go. Frank puts it up for us. So there you go. Folks, write this down. Go take a look. I can imagine the endless amount of things that you're going to find there to flare out your hat. And so, Micah, you have a little bit of time. We're going to go to take a slight break here for more sponsors and then come back. And of course, before we go, I got to do my regular gig and routine here. That is how you got that. Again, folks, to get us traveling and moving and going to events and bringing great shows and interviews. Here we go. This is a beautiful fitted hat. All right, all the way around. It's a nice little.
Put it in the center so they can actually see that.
Okay.
You're like way over here.
Well,
Come
I'm
on,
short.
Ronnie.
I'm short armed.
So you're like it's like your first time doing this. Come on. So yeah, we got a nice fitted hat.
There you go, fitted hat. I'll hold it here, and then you show what else you got there,
all right,
Kyle.
So now we got the patches. It's a nice embroidered patch there for you, and then we have the sticker. The sticker with our new logo there, so you can put that on your phone, your humidor, your laptop, however you're traveling to advertise our show, show us a support. Oh man, I am.
Kyleism. Drink, everybody, drink.
Show your support for our show there. And so we have the sticker for $2. We have the patches for $10, and then we have the hat for $25.
And a package deal tonight, folks, will be
$30 for everything right here. The combo deal. Look at that.
Combo deal right here on the show. You can PM us your information or email us at greatlakesmokeshow@aol.com. Help us, folks. Keep us going. Obviously, it's not big bucks on our end, but everything counts. We're heading down to Florida, Kyle and I, for next week.
Next week. We leave on Friday and then head to Florida. And we'll be in the Tampa Bay area.
Over at the David Blanco Herf. And we're going to be doing a live show. Kyle's going to be bringing the drone. So we're going to have sky view of what's going on. So with David Blanco. And the next segment kind of belongs to David Blanco, right, Frank?
He muted himself.
Oh, Frank can't talk. Hello.
Well, I have my neighborhood dog barking behind me.
He's back.
He's back. So I figured he's ready to be part of Stump the Chooch or something.
Just give him an elbow, will you?
Yeah. So anyway, let's go to sponsors, and then we'll come back and play Smoke the Chooch. How's that sound?
And then wait for this fantastic prize.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar. RnA Treasures out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Kristoff Cigars uses only the highest quality double and triple fermented tobaccos from around the world, which are then artfully blended. Whether you're looking for the smooth, mild, and full flavor of the Kristoff Connecticut, or the savory and full body found in the Pissed Off Kristoff, they have a cigar to satisfy the palate of the most discriminating aficionado. It all begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our two major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars, designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we're back. Thank you, Michael, for staying on board.
It was definitely.
What about this one? What do you think? This one's okay, good?
Looking good, man. Everyone you're pulling out is perfect.
There you go. I got more, but I don't know if I can hold you for 10 hours. But anyway, so folks, we're going to go to our next segment, which is Frank's favorite of the whole show. He basically likes to make us look like a bunch of choochers, and he tries to stump us in every way so we can just keep looking stupid in his eyes. But we nailed him pretty good last week. Yeah, we had some good answers. You know,
he didn't make us look too much like chooches.
No, but Bob.
just to give Michael an understanding of a chooch. Chooch is in Italian a donkey.
A donkey.
Okay. A donkey. So, and it happens that,
yes. So just to let you know.
It translates to jackass.
I was trying to keep it a little clean, and then Frank, Ron just goes right over.
Gotta go right into it. Gotta go right into it. You know, the guests don't know this. They understand.
They understand what a donkey is.
Yeah, but it's not the same as a jackass.
Right. So this segment is called, and I need Kyle to give me my intro music. My calling card. This is my calling card.
And what a call!
Right, it's time to play Smoke the Chooch. And as you can tell, we've upgraded our Chooch now to a very nice depiction caricature, and he may be appearing on the back of T-shirts for folks at some point. I'll give them a glimpse as what it might look like.
Hold on.
It might look like Smoke the Chooch. Don't be a chooch. Smoke the Chooch. So,
nice.
Bruce, just when you thought we didn't have more things to sell or give away, we'll make up for some, Bruce. Don't worry. We know how to merchandise here for the show.
Merchandise.
Big announcement, folks. Big announcement. You'll catch that next week.
All right. So we'll go to our first question of the day, and Michael, I tend to be more of a history buff. So I try to go down this route of questions for the guys and yourself. So please feel free to interject if you believe you may have the correct answer.
Okay. There's going to be 4 for us and then 1 for the book.
Gotcha. 1 for the audience for the win. We call it 1 for the win.
Or the win.
Yeah.
For the win. Exactly. All right. This was this country music star was born on this date, October 26th, 1967, in New Zealand.
Keith Urban.
Oh, look at Kyle. He knows his country music stars.
It's the country over here. Oh, that was a good setup. Okay.
There we go. See?
That keeps us from being a chooch, Kyle. That's nice. That's nice.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna jar all of your memories though now.
All right.
We're gonna go back to this date in history, 1984. Surgeons gave a 14-day-old girl a new heart from a young baboon.
Correct.
What did they call this baby?
Oh God, I know this.
but she only survived 20 days after the operation. But it was considered a breakthrough in heart transplantation.
Right, it was.
What was this baby named?
Oh God.
God is not a winner. Oh God does not win. And look at I'm putting Bruce up. Baby Faye. That's right, Bruce. Baby Faye is correct. That's right.
I didn't know that either. I was about to say Baby Balboa. I'm just
All right, let's go down to 1993.
Okay.
All right. Catholic churches in San Juan, Puerto Rico asked residents to tie black ribbons on trees in protest against this first live appearance in the country, against this person's first live appearance in the country. Catholic churches in San Juan, Puerto Rico asked the residents to tie black ribbons on trees in protest.
It wasn't Tony Orlando's story, was it? No, yellow.
Tony Orlando, that was tie a yellow ribbon around an old oak tree. What are you talking about, Ron?
Our troops over at war. Oh, man. Yeah, so private.
No, that's a no. That's a hard no. It's not Tony Orlando. In 1993, he was probably already 60.
Right, I know. I was just busting.
It was actually Madonna.
Oh,
yeah, like a virgin or something.
Yes. So it was in protest for that.
Good. That was nice.
All right, I'll give you guys one more, and then we're going to
Martinez from Miami, Florida. He had the answer.
He did. He's back. Jose's back. Jose's back. He's looking for another win.
No, Dave,
it's not the Pope.
Yes.
It's not the.
One more.
Okay, on this very important day in history, 1998, Hurricane Mitch was the most deadly storm in modern times, and it hit a number of Central American countries. Which countries felt that, leaving a trail of destruction and death across a combination of these countries? It was devastating. So what were the countries?
Panama, Nicaragua, Honduras.
What did you say, Ron? It was Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua. They were all devastated. Over 3,000 dead, and it was devastating. And those are countries that obviously are important in
the cigar world,
in the cigar industry. So our hearts go out to everyone whose family was impacted by that, obviously, and we hope that those things don't occur.
They'll never happen again. Yeah. No, indeed.
Definitely.
All right. Well, folks, this is your time. We will all shut up, and we'll be watching our Facebook answers. Michael, would you mind showing the book again, folks?
Yes. Let's see what
tonight. We'll be getting
nice
and cigars. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that, man. That is awesome.
Flip through some pages. Let's take a look.
Oh, there's a nice.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey, there's
nice. Oh yes.
There's some spirits right there.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful. I want to play.
Ooh, I won. I got it.
Mr. Carter.
All right. This is going to be a very, very interesting question, because this question is based on today's
right.
This question is based on tonight's show.
Oh,
and how many people were paying attention to how many caps and hats I wore.
Ooh.
How many hats did Frank wear tonight?
Ooh.
Guess the correct answer. And the hat, and then the hat. I'm not giving anybody my hats, but the book is yours.
For the people to go back this,
Tim says 3.
No.
Jose says 5. Bruce says 6, and he was in the whole show.
It ain't me, Bruce. We're talking about Frank.
Nope. Nobody.
Let's just say It's a lucky number, folks. It's a lucky number. Who can write that quickest? It's a lucky number.
It's my best number. Come on.
Lucky number is not 2, Bruce. 7. Ding, 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 ding. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jose Martinez.
There we go. 7 hats, folks.
Who's the winner, Frank?
7 was Jose Martinez. He was first to. He was the first to brew.
Hey, that's cheap postage. He lives in Miami. All right, I do have his address. So Michael, what I'll do is I'll PM you Jose's address if you can send it. All right, that would be great. Thank you for that gift. That is
it's awesome.
beautiful.
Yes,
I appreciate you guys.
Beautiful gift.
And we wish you all the best. And we hope to see you up here in the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
By any chance, are you going to be at the Seminole David Blanco Herf next week? You know anything about it, or
No, I didn't know anything about it. Hadn't planned on it. I plan on getting up to Tampa for the Ybor Festival later this year.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Well,
Nice.
Blanco's available. You can come with us and sit down and do a live show again and talk some more if you want.
Yeah.
Bring the pins. Bring the
right, for sure.
Anyway,
Sounds good, man.
again, Michael, we wish you all the best. Thank you very much for coming on board. It's been our pleasure. You taught us something, and you're bringing something to both sexes about fashion, and we absolutely love it. So thank you.
Yeah.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed this show. You learned something tonight, and
we did.
Definitely,
it was
definitely.
great. It was
And
very
Jose, you got
educational.
yourself one hell of a book there, buddy.
Very educational.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So from all of us to all of you, we wish you a great smoking week, and get ready for us to be down in the live event at the David Blanco Herf. We can't wait to even go on and give you more information.
That'll be not this Saturday, next Saturday, November
6th. November 6th.
Yep.
But we'll be on next week. All
Yes.
right? To all of us, to all of you, have a great evening. Keep it smoking and wear your hat.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Perdomo Taj Mahal here. You know?
It really is.
They're stopping by. Oh, I heard about you. I smoke your cigars. I love it.
That's the short story behind how Kristoff got started. It's actually named after our son, Christopher.
We're infamous for our packaging. Everybody knows Kirk has got the best packaging, the most beautiful labels.
All your listeners out there, thank you. Be careful, be safe, and God bless you.
Long ashes and slow burns, my friend.
There you go.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.